You're visiting some friends in the rural town of Foster, Rhode Island. During dinner, they tell you about some abandoned ruins of a factory in the forest a few miles down the road. Why? Because at midnight, you may just see a ghost. After a short drive and a quick hike, you get there around 11:59. As the clock strikes 12, you hear a ghostly bell ringing and see a figure in the distance. This is the story of the Ramtail Mill. Welcome to Ghost Spinkers. Hello, Junior Binkers. I'm Trev, and I want to believe in ghosts oh so badly. And with me is Killian.
Hey, I'm out of stuff to say. The ghosts aren't real. They're not real. I don't know. I can't have cutesy things to say.
Together, we are the Ghost Spinkers, and on this podcast, we explore real-life spooky stories and joke the spooky credibility out of them. A light banking, so to speak.
Has anyone ever pointed out that you say it the same way every time?
I'm reading.
Almost like you practiced.
I'm reading a script, actually.
Weird. The mystery's all gone.
I guess I could learn to switch it up if that would make Junior Binkers.
You lost all aura.
Let us know. Let us know if you want me to switch it up. That you can send us an email, ghostspinkers@gmail.com. Tell me to switch it up, and I will. If you love it, you can also tell me that, and you'll make my day. So this episode is about the Ramtail Mill. Mm-hmm. I am always very tempted to say Ratmail Mill.
Okay. Because letters don't really mean anything to you based on where they are in words.
Yeah, well, reading it like you know how like they say when you read a word, you just kind of look at like the first letter and the last letter and then whatever shape it makes.
And it's tail like the butt ass tail.
Yeah, like the the butt ass tail.
I don't know if it was tail like a story.
No, it's the butt ass tail of a ram.
I guess it is the tail of the Ramtail Mill, you know?
Oh, I should
you want to go read the intro
said that in the intro. You're walking down the street now. Yeah. So this story or request was submitted by friend of the show, Amanda. I did tell her that I would shout her out.
Yeah.
Her Instagram. So if you want to follow her, that is we're just so straight up doxing her right now.
Well, she wanted this.
She wanted this.
Okay.
I'll run it by her again.
She also asked you to read out her checking account number live on air.
Her Instagram is Amanda Gaudiana. I will.
It's funny because like there's a bunch of names it could be where it wouldn't be her full legal name.
I would. I'll. You know, the last name is a little complicated to spell, so I will. I'll just link it in the.
That's gonna be a Ghouly Bites. Yeah, for sure.
But Amanda, thank you for submitting the story.
Yeah. So if anyone's trying to grow their social media platforms, an easy way to do it is to submit a story and have to shout it out, I guess.
Yeah. Send us a story request, and we will give you whatever followers we have.
Yeah. I got a couple early points about this one based off the intro, which is that I think you got to take the word ruins a little more seriously. I think it's got to be old to be ruins in my book.
Okay.
It's got to be kind of an ancient pyramid, and if the sun goes through the right way, it like turns into a machine that destroys the planet. That's a ruin for me.
Okay. Oh, wait, was that a?
It's a bunch of things. It's a couple things. If I don't, lead my magical girlfriend in there to find the white materia, I'm not interested.
Okay, that's what I thought the reference was.
But also, like why would they care about midnight if it's a factory? Like workers don't give a fuck about midnight.
Well, right? I'm so glad you asked, because that is
the midnight shift, the bozo midnight shift
of the story. So this takes place in Foster, Rhode Island, and fun fact: Amy, my beautiful wife, fiance, and Amanda both are from Foster. Amanda is not on this episode. So Amy is going to act as our Foster liaison to answer any questions we have about the local area.
I feel like there can't be that many questions about Foster.
Well, just you wait until
no offense to Foster.
Just you wait until we get into this story.
There can't be that much shit going on down there. If you have ruins in the woods, you ain't gonna have anything going on in the main part of town.
That's a fair point. One final point.
New York City doesn't have ruins in the woods, all right?
Before we get into the story, one final point. I got the screen working. And I know we talk about this almost every episode at this point, but and it's really only relevant to you, Killian.
Okay.
It doesn't really affect the
experience for
listeners at all.
I mean, maybe it like
it's a good bit, I guess.
maybe it would like impinge upon my ability to do the podcast if it was set up poorly, you know. So maybe the listeners will have a smoother experience if I'm able to riff on the shit I'm seeing.
That's a good point.
I'm also curious. There's no wires coming out of the screen, which is making me nervous immediately that you're like casting out to the screen and it's gonna die quicker than you'd expect, like midway through a podcast. It's right away.
That's a risk I'm going to have to take.
Right.
I installed a whole new operating system on the laptop.
A little slurp.
And I had to learn how to use Linux. So all of this, if this doesn't work, then honestly, I'm out of options.
You said it like you tried it and knew it worked.
I tried it.
Okay.
Yeah, it works.
All right, man.
So our Ramtail Mill, Ramtail Mill, we have a few sources here. Amanda shared New England Folklore's take on it, and then I did a little
investigative reporting.
And I have a little something from ABC6, Basement of the Bazaar, and Looking Through the Lens. Those are all different blogs, especially ABC6. That's a blog as well.
Yeah, classic blog. I was gonna say, hopefully that they're just talking about like the factory itself and not pretending there's a ghost there on the fucking local news, because that'd be tough.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. And also there's a book, Encyclopedia of Haunted Places by Jeff Belanger, that I will also be referencing. And I just kind of mashed them all together. So one other point, there is a lot of similar but conflicting information in some of these.
Shocked.
They all they don't contradict per se, but they definitely
don't work well together.
Some things might cancel out something else. Right. I guess that is a contradiction.
It's never happened before on this show also, so that it's a first for us. It's definitely not almost every ghost story that immediately has a clear and obvious contradiction right away.
That's a great point as well. And then lastly,
I'm excited to find out this mill operated for like 4 years and closed down immediately and never had a midnight bell and all this other bullshit.
It actually never even opened. Lastly, they use mill and factory pretty interchangeably.
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually know the distinction.
I don't either, so I'm gonna roll with it. So we'll start with the history. Perhaps the oldest and most haunted place in Rhode Island is the Ramtail Factory in Foster. It was even put in the 1885 state census record as a haunted location. In 1799, William Potter and his family started operating a mill. The mill was powered by the nearby Ponegantset River and mechanically spun and wove woolen cloth, which is where
that's where the mill part of it comes
from. That's the mill.
So and mills are just I looked it up. Mills,
nice.
Mills are just factories that make certain kinds of mill shit.
Oh.
So like a place that makes steel is a steel mill, but it's a factory too. Like all mills are factories.
So it's
but not all factories are mills.
Factory is the umbrella term.
Yeah,
and then mills are a
subset of the
thing.
Factories. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Obviously, like Fall River textile mills.
They love their textile mills. So this is a wool mill, and that's where it got the Ramtail name, because sheep, ram, wool. Ramtail.
I don't know shit about wool, brother.
So
I don't got no wool knowledge for you.
So William Potter's two sons managed the operations in tandem with his son-in-law,
Harry
Peleg Walker.
Sorry, what was that?
Peleg Walker.
Pegleg?
Pegleg Walker.
Pegleg? His name is Pegleg Walker. And he walks around on a peg leg and he manages a factory. Are you fucking kidding me? No one on earth is going to pretend that Peleg was like the fifth most popular boy's name in Rhode Island at the time, right? Because Peleg that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
One, I'm already seeing crazy shit going on the screen.
Yeah,
there's no way it just broke right in front of me, right? Are you doing this as a bit? No. What do you mean?
It disconnects after like 2 seconds.
It heard the name Peleg and just shut down. But what do you mean it disconnects? Disconnects from what? Hit connect. Click connect. I'm sick of this shit.
I actually can't reach that. Can you click connect for me?
You have to click it? How do you control the screen if it's not connected?
Okay, now we're connected. Now I can control the screen.
Okay.
I don't know why it does that.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm going to have to get a new program, I think.
I don't consider myself particularly techie. I would have solved this issue in 30 seconds.
I
would have gone to Walmart and just bought an $80 monitor.
I think that's the real issue is I don't want to do that.
That's crazy.
So anyway, Peleg, I looked it up because I knew this would be a problem name.
Obviously.
For both of us. I read it and I was like, you got to be kidding me. Peleg is a Hebrew name. So,
Do you think that's gonna save it from being made fun of by me right
not
now?
at all.
That's
not
ridiculous.
At all. No, I wanted to explain the origin.
I don't know. It's one of those things. Also, you gotta like sometimes if you hear your cultural name said, you gotta be able to be like, that one kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And Hebrew has a couple. Peleg, Nimrod. We're out of Nimrod, dude. I don't care. I don't care that he was a big hunter back in the day. It means dipshit now. You gotta cut that one out. You can't have someone running around named Nimrod.
Yeah.
And certainly not Peleg.
Like, let's say you're an alien. You just came from like Pluto or something, and you land here. Your name is Shitney. You gotta know.
No, exactly.
You gotta know the language here. Shit is like poop. And
Exactly.
You can't be
Yeah, you
running
gotta
around.
figure it out.
You can't be running around with
This
the name
makes me
Shitney.
feel like they didn't have like sixth grade back then. Because I feel like you would have worn out Peleg on any kind of name shit you could do back then.
Yeah.
You know?
You would have got that bullied out of you.
Yeah,
really
exactly.
quick. So Peleg Walker is the son-in-law of the owner of the mill, and he helps
Something
run
Potter.
it.
Something Potter.
William Potter.
William Potter.
Bill Potter. Walker was supposedly a cranky, disagreeable man, but managed to find his niche as the mill's night watchman.
He was really nice, as everyone was like, Peleg.
Yeah.
You
Maybe that's
Peleg,
why.
you dumb fuck.
Maybe that's why he was so cranky. Everyone's making fun of his
Fuck
name.
you.
So he's the night watchman. That's his role at this mill. He would patrol the mill buildings with a lantern in his hand and then ring the bell after sunrise when it was time for the workers to
We're
start
getting
their
some
day.
some nice seating, some what I call ghost seating.
Great foreshadowing.
Yeah, I love a good lantern.
Lanterns are fun.
Yeah.
I like lanterns too. Things went well for several years, and a small village formed around the mill. There was always tension between Peleg Walker and the Potters, but at some point it erupted into a major argument. So allegedly, disputes arose between Peleg and William.
Are you fucking my daughter?
Well,
That's the whole point.
Yeah,
Dad.
It was supposedly due to Peleg's extravagant lifestyle.
That's so funny.
And mounting
He had like
debts to
two
the
pairs of shoes.
Yeah,
You're like, you fucking freak.
You selfish pig. Save the leather for the rest of us.
That lantern's looking awfully well oiled, boy.
So he had mounting debts to the business.
Hell yeah.
But
Those are FanDuel gambling debts back then.
yeah, this remains undocumented. In fact, neither legends or historical records indicate what the argument was about. But it ended with Walker shouting, "You'll have to take the key to this mill from a dead man's pocket."
Is that insubstantiated? Because it kind of sounds like someone made all this up right now.
Yeah.
It's weird to mention that, like, it's weird to say what happened and then be like, but we have no reason to think that's what happened.
Yeah.
It's like, then why'd you say it, man?
Well, so that is that is a combination of two conflicting stories.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So one of them said like, "Oh, we have no idea," and then this one was like, "I think it was like this, but it's not really confirmed."
Okay.
So the one thing that is constant, it's worded slightly differently.
They get in some kind of argument, and
They
he
get into
proclaims
an argument,
some bullshit.
and he says, "You'll have to take the key to this mill from
Yeah.
a dead man's
I'm gonna be
pocket."
honest, though,
It's a
like-
weird phrasing of that, though.
Well, first of all, you're in an argument. You kind of whatever comes out comes out. Yeah.
Hey man, you're gonna have to
take the key from a dead man's pocket, and it's gonna be me because I'll be dead because you had to kill me because I'm keeping the key. You know, you're like, fuck, I should have fucking tightened it up.
He's in the shower.
Yeah,
He's in his
God damn it.
his one monthly
He's
shower.
He's
later.
pouring very slightly warm water over himself from a bucket he had to carry 9 miles. I just think that like I always wonder what the barrier for ghostliness is.
Oh,
Because this is just some shit that I would yell at somebody that
Yeah.
I'm mad at on
Yep.
like a Tuesday, and I don't think it should make me a ghost. And so if like he gets to become a nighttime lantern ghost because he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a ghost," that's fucking crazy. Like that's some bullshit. This is less dramatic than I am in my day-to-day life. I lose a game of 2K and I'm like, "Yo, fucking take this controller out of my fucking heart when I kill myself with it." Like, you know, so like, come on.
well, so I have been slowly crafting our rules for ghosting.
Oh, okay.
And like defining what a ghostable state is and different
We're gonna
things
do a whole
like that.
episode just on this shit one day.
We probably will.
I want to
yeah.
do a couple where we just run through the fucking
I
rules.
think that would be fun. So I am working on that, but I'll read a little further, and you'll see maybe he was in a ghostable state when he died. Spoiler: he dies. On May 18th, 1822, Walker's words came true. Potter walked in and saw that Peleg had hung himself from the bell rope with the keys hanging visibly from his pocket.
Then he didn't take it from the pocket. He took it out. It was out of the pocket.
Oh, they were. Yeah, I guess they were.
Unfortunately, he's not ghostable anymore.
Oh my god! You think he had them in the pocket, but when he hung himself,
he
bounced out?
sees it slipping and he's trying to grab, but he's dying too quick.
That would suck.
Yeah, suicide's pretty funny.
It's funny when it's in 1822. It's pretty funny.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah,
statute.
It's not really. Tragedy only lasts so long.
Yeah,
and you can say that about literally anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anything in the world.
Watch out, 9/11.
So
the binkers are coming for you in 20 years once we hit that eligibility cutoff.
Little side note: 2 of the articles, Basement of Bizarre and New England Folklore, said that it happened on May 19th. But I'm gonna chalk that one up to just the records being shitty.
Okay.
It was just one day off.
Oh. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I don't know. But
sometimes I care about stuff. This is one that like
I'm keeping these articles honest. There are some discrepancies in the dates, even if it is one day.
I'm gonna be honest, man. One of them could have said it happened in June for all I give a fuck. I don't care.
That's fair. So Peleg was 35 at the time of his death.
Okay.
And it was ruled a suicide. No one. I know there was like a thought that it could have been some foul play, but they ruled it a suicide. And he was buried by the Potters in their family plot.
Okay.
So he's still one of them. He's still part of the family, even though they hate him and his name is Peleg.
Yeah.
Operations resumed at the mill, and with the cranky night watchman gone, the atmosphere at Ramtail was much calmer.
That's so funny.
That's kind of fucked up to say.
So are you going to do your fucking job now, night crew?
It's so much better now that he's dead.
Was there a night crew on, or was he just patrolling it empty?
He just patrols it empty,
Okay.
but I assume he's also, I guess, tormenting the workers during the
what
day
do
or
they do?
something.
So are you going to see this guy for 5 minutes when you clock out, you know?
Yeah. But one night, the workers and the Potter family were awakened by the mill's bell ringing wildly. They ran to investigate, but found the mill was empty. The bell was ringing on its own. God damn.
Is that scary?
God
Is that
damn.
scary, man? I don't know jack shit about this bell.
That's pretty scary.
What kind of bell is it? Is it like, how do you operate it?
I guess I'm picturing, well, because it has a rope. So.
Amy, how do you operate the Ramtail Mill's bell?
It's not a Foster question.
You've been in the building.
I've never been in it.
God damn it.
So I'm picturing, and there's no pictures.
You're
of this.
Quasimodo picturing. You're picturing a Quasimodo situation.
In my mind's
a big
eye,
rope you pull.
I'm gonna
like a church bell.
I'm gonna take all of our junior binkers on a visual journey here. In my mind's eye, I'm picturing a cobblestone building and a little tower that goes up, and there's obviously it's got to be high enough to hang yourself from. There's a rope that is connected to a brass bell that hangs up in the tower. The bell is about, we'll say, it's a relatively big bell. I would say it's about 2 feet in diameter, and you pull on the rope, and that's how you jingle the bell there.
So I'm gonna bet that like whatever this bell was, it was really shitty and really easy to ring by accident, or like just a fucking kid went and rang it and booked it out of there. I also like, I'm looking up a picture of the Ramtail Mill, which should have been a thing you did and put on the screen. And ridiculous that you didn't do it, especially for this bell discussion. You should have had a bell picture ready to go. I hate your podcasting style. I'm looking it up, and like I don't see like a superstructure on top that would indicate bell tower to me. I think it's like an internal bell or an external bell of some kind.
Okay.
There's a chimney, but it looks more like a building than like a big factory. It just has a chimney. So I'm thinking it's an internal bell or a bell in the center of the mill or something.
Oh.
And so I'm thinking now that there's like a whole bunch of ways to fuck around with that bell and not get caught.
Honestly, the bell could have gotten caught in one of the
Yeah, it
machines.
gets banged around. A rat just starts, sort of a ratatouille style bell ringer. Rat, you know?
Oh my god, the
factory rat.
The rat controls a factory worker to ring the bell and then has him scurry away.
Do you think Ratatouille made Peleg hang himself?
Oh my god.
He's pulling on his hair and he's making him tie the noose, and Peleg's like, no.
Is Ratatouille the most powerful creature in the universe?
Do you think Little Chef could make whatever the guy's name was kill himself in Ratatouille? Is my question. question.
Remy could Remy?
Ooh, I guess he could like.
Remy can mind control anybody.
So while Remy's pulling on his hair and making him, I've never seen Ratatouille. Remy's little chef is pulling on the guy's hair and he's grabbing ingredients and then he like pulls and he grabs like arsenic and doesn't know because he's going so quick and then he eats the Ratatouille and just fucking croaks it.
Oh my God.
I think you gotta watch out for a Ratatouille same situation.
Today I learned.
But so I don't know anything about the bell.
Yeah,
But
so
I'm expecting it's dog shit.
yeah,
It's definitely not a massive, beautiful church bell. You
it's not beautiful.
You got
for
a full
sure.
powered
for sure.
ring.
It's not beautiful. I definitely agree with that. So the operations resumes very very smoothly without Peleg there. According to Jeff Belanger, his his ghostly encyclopedia, it happened on the night of Peleg's death, but that doesn't make sense because he has to mean the night after. Otherwise, they would have found him hanging.
Well, I guess
if it was the night of his death.
So if he hangs himself at like 3:15 a.m., they find him in the morning, and then that night it rings.
I guess that's when they legally deem him dead.
I'm gonna be honest. That feels like quick to ghostify.
That is a pretty.
That feels like a quick
that's
turnaround.
That's some.
That feels like a
expedited ghosting.
That feels like a quick turnaround to ghostify. You've got to go through purgatory, multiple dimensions. You got to do a whole bunch of shit to become a ghost, I assume. And you can't just be ringing that bell.
Peleg paid for Amazon Prime ghost.
Well,
time.
then it definitely would have taken much longer because that shit does not work anymore.
So the mysterious ringing happened on several other nights.
Did like a
the mysterious
ringing.
Oh,
Like a
maybe
weird,
I
like-
should start reading it like that. The mysterious ringing had happened on several other nights, usually at the stroke of midnight until the Potters took down the bell rope. Maybe the rope was just blowing in the wind? This didn't help.
I'm gonna be honest. To all authors out there, do not put the obvious solution to your fake ass ghost story in the fucking thing. Knowing that even sensibly would explain what happened is brutal for the bell. If you think a ghost rang that bell, you really need that bell to not be ringable unless a human interacts with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that is actually a really good point.
If the bell could even possibly ring without someone touching it, totally could be a fucking
so
windy night.
What happened? What happened here? This was
It was a combination article type situation.
Yeah, this was Peter Muise's words, and we've dealt with him before. He's
You
a
must
nice
have kept
guy.
the last name from me last time because that's crazy.
I think I just butchered the.
You might have called him Peter M or something, you know?
I think what he was trying to do was he was trying to be like, look, I'm skeptical too.
No,
See, here's a solution.
I think he was trying to.
No, I get what you're saying.
I think he
though.
was trying to stun on me a little bit.
He binked himself.
What he was trying to do, I'm going to say, I don't know, Peter, probably a nice guy. I'm going to say that he was trying to be a little shithead about it, and he was like, "Oh, maybe the fucking maybe the wind grabbed the bell and blew it itself."
Oh, hey, skeptics, maybe it's this.
Yeah, maybe the wind operated the factory machine that turned on too late. You know, whatever that kind of thing. But
yeah.
But in this case, like, I do think if that bell is even close to operable without a human, like if you can get it to ring once without a person being there, I'm out.
No, that's
it's
got to
be unringable except by human. You have to put your arm in and like lock it in place, and it has to read your blood. It's to pull blood out. You know.
Well, because the whole thought would be like nothing else could have done this.
Exactly. Or if it's like, oh, you got a big gust of wind and it went bing, 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 and then like, you know, oh, the rope's kind of heavy and it bounced around for a bit or whatever.
Yeah. So they removed the rope because they were like, oh, maybe it was the rope. This didn't help. The bell still would ring late at night. They finally removed the bell itself.
Did it keep ringing? Does the ghost need the physical bell?
That's a great question. I'll get there.
Get there now.
But I have one little but in there.
now.
Jeff Belanger, the Ghost Encyclopedia guy, says that this went on for a few days until the Potters replaced the bell with a new one.
Right.
So one account has them taking the bell down, the other has them replacing the bell completely.
I like that also he'll only ring his bell. He's like, what's this new shiny piece of shit bell?
Yeah, that's not my bell.
First of all, this guy was extravagant. You know, he was replacing that bell every couple weeks.
Oh, that's true.
He got a fancier, newer bell. Also, I just think that, like, you don't think maybe it was someone fucking around in the factory now that the guy who keeps people out at night is dead.
Well, that's definitely the case, but that's part of why they got rid of the rope, so like no one could do it. But
I could whack a bell. But I could bang a bell with a hammer.
Let me just make sure I'm in the... Okay. This brought peace for a short while, but other strange things started to happen. The water wheel would move backwards
I
against
can't ring
the
the
flow
bell.
of the river.
I gotta do something.
The mill's machinery would run by itself late at night.
Sorry, I already called that one, so it's stupid now.
Even worse, someone could be seen walking around the mill at night carrying a lantern. It looked suspiciously like Peleg Walker.
First of all, why is that even worse?
Because they hate Peleg.
But I feel like him operating the machinery is as bad as him walking around doing his job.
They're
still.
like, oh no, the unthinkable has happened.
Also,
Peleg is back.
I feel like Peleg's whole vibe was like, I guess he said like, I'll never give up the factory.
Yeah.
But then during the day, he's blowing his money on shit. I feel like he should be doing that stuff
He's
in the
also
afterlife.
cranky and disagreeable.
Yeah, but in the afterlife, he should be gambling and buying fancy shit.
No, I agree. But
they should be watching Peleg's ghost carrying bags of fancy shit, you know?
But if he got suicided, then he's coming back to torment people for sure.
I guess. Well, he did it.
Allegedly.
You can suicide yourself in a ghosthood?
Someone else might have suicided him. So anyway, the water wheel would move backwards against the flow of the river.
Is that a thing that happens or no? I have no clue about water wheels, man. This is some bullshit where ghost people be like, wow. I don't know. Maybe they do that sometimes.
Yeah,
what do I
have
look
no
like?
idea.
A fucking water wheel guy?
I have no idea.
I'm not a factory gal. I don't know what they would do.
But even worse, Peleg is back.
That's so mean to him, first
They
of all.
fucking hate Peleg.
Dude, fuck off. Get out of the fucking factory when it's nighttime or whatever. I don't know. How do you even interact with this guy?
Just don't like be at the
He's
factory.
asleep during the day.
I would think so.
You know, we're recovering from his factory shit. Who fucking cares?
Fearing that the mill was cursed, the workers began to leave to find other jobs.
No, it just sucked there.
They hate
just
Peleg
sucked.
so
It
much,
just-
they would
no.
rather find a new job.
No. Some new factory opened like 2 miles away, and the guy was like, "Hey, why are you leaving?" And they're like, "Oh, the ghost of Peleg is too much." And they're like, "I actually heard that they're paying a little more for at the shoe factory in Fall River."
Oh, I'm thinking
the
maybe...
Brockton shoe factory just opened up, and they're paying way better than you.
Or maybe it's a little bit of copium from William Potter, where he's like, "Oh, they can't be leaving because they hate it here."
Yeah,
They're
no,
scared
exactly.
of- It's
That's what I'm
Peleg's
saying.
fault.
That's what I'm saying. I've never had someone at a job be like, "Why are you leaving?" and giving them an honest answer in response.
That's fair.
I'm always like, "Phew, my mom is sick." I don't know. Fuck whatever gets me out of this conversation. I hate it here, and you're bad at your job. You know.
Without anyone willing to work there, the Potters were forced to shut it down. The little village was abandoned.
Yeah, the Peleg shit is bullshit, man. That is bullshit. Are you kidding me?
You think they were just squandering their money and they were like,
There
we
is-
gotta we gotta shut it down now. Peleg, curse you.
What possible nighttime haunting could possibly fucking matter to you as a worker at a factory during the day? I don't give a fuck if 100 ghosts fuck off and walk around during nighttime. I'm not even at the fucking factory.
Yeah.
And then I have to go there. I'm asleep. I don't care if a ghost walks around the factory while I'm asleep. I have a job.
But what if the ghost wanders
I don't give a
into your
shit.
cabin?
He can ring the bell. I don't give a fuck. I'm sleeping. What do you mean?
So the little village was abandoned and became a ghost town. There's no pun intended there, but it really feels like it was.
I guess, look, that's what we call them.
Yeah.
But it's always a pun, it feels like.
No one lived there anymore, but Peleg Walker could still be seen wandering through the empty buildings late at night. Okay, so he is not just sticking to the factory. He's also going in the homes, sniffing wife's underwear.
Okay, sure. Sure. Why does he do that? What about being a ghost makes you do that all of a sudden?
You can do whatever you want.
He had a
You're
regular
ghost.
job, man. Why would he wander into people's homes at night?
I don't know.
Why is this ghost behaving like this?
He's Peleg. They hate him. He's an asshole.
This is crazy.
This is what he does.
They refuse to hire another night watchman, and we're just getting fucking like people
Just
were getting
getting
hammered.
bodied.
People were getting hammered and stealing shit and stabbing each other. Like they just lost control of the town.
I mean,
and
this
they were
is
blaming
also-
they were blaming anybody around.
This is the early 1800s too, so this is when you could get away with just about anything.
Yeah. This is there's some wacky bullshit going on, and none of it's related to Peleg the Ghost Man.
I already kind of went over this, but by 1850, the factory faced considerable debt. It was nearly impossible to find laborers willing to work in a haunted establishment. The factory's demise is credited to the haunting of Peleg Walker. The mill burned
Whatever.
down in 1873, but it kept its reputation as a haunted location. In fact, The 1885 Rhode Island census lists the Ramtail Mill as haunted, making it the only officially haunted place in the state.
I was gonna say you can't do that. That's ridiculous. That's embarrassing.
That is
whoever let their mom do the fucking census forms that year.
That is
should be
pretty
embarrassed.
crazy, and I have a picture here, actual proof. This is from the Rhode Island census.
That's so fucking stupid.
It says Mills Ramtail Factory in parentheses haunted, which is like a weird note to add to like a list that there's not really any other notes for.
It's also like strange punctuation.
It is.
Ramtail Factory. First of all, M-AI wrote this, and then Ramtail Factory, comma, parentheses haunted, semicolon,
and then the
cut
next
the
next
comma
mill.
out. Just put that it's haunted and I don't know.
Yeah,
I know it's
no,
not.
I agree.
I know it's not the official name, but it's like just you're gonna put that it's haunted. You're already lying. Just put that it's haunted anywhere.
And also, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this means something else in 1885, but it is kind of weird because then there's also an entire factory, Spears Sawmill,
That's
which is
just
just
in
in parentheses. What does that mean?
Maybe it's like in parentheses just some shit people say, and they're like, "This isn't even a mill. This is people talk about it like it is."
And then my favorite is Yell Mill
Yell.
because I don't know who came up with that name.
Well, you'd think Ramtail would be Yell Mill if people were fucking haunted and they're getting scared.
Yeah.
They're going, they're getting scared all the time.
I will link this image in the Ghouly Bites
This
in
shit
case
sucks.
anyone wants to read how ridiculous this thing is.
Dumbass census.
Yeah, so that's it for the history essentially. It truly is the only officially registered haunted location in Rhode Island.
So is the building still standing or is it pieces and chunks? Are we getting there?
It burned down. It is like just like a foundation essentially.
Okay, just some rocks.
So we have a few alleged haunting. Not even a few. It's really just one or two alleged types of hauntings.
Yeah, I'm gonna say preemptively, the idea of modern hauntings here feels a little like, okay,
it's a little tough.
we burn the whole fucking thing down. If that doesn't get rid of a ghost,
Well, Peleg might be living in the ghost world where
he's in the
it's
foundation,
still intact
I don't
for
know,
him.
man. We burned the whole fucking thing down.
There's still wives' underwear
All
to
I'm
be
saying
sniffing
is,
in the ghost
you
world.
got rid of the bell, and he was like, I gotta do something else now. You burn the whole thing to the ground. He's not gonna be like, okay, I guess I'll hang. Like he's a mover. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
That's
Peleg's
a good
probably in
point.
Cranston,
Or I haven't added this to my my ghost thing yet, but spectral drift, where as time moves on and the Earth rotates, your location as a ghost gets shifted a little bit. So in 200 years, he probably could be in a different spot. For all we know. The reported hauntings include the spectral glow of Peleg's lantern. They also featured the sound of a swinging lantern and the tolling of the factory bell. This bell is a relic long removed. In death, perhaps Peleg is fulfilling his commitment to Ramtail Factory by remaining the eternal night watchman.
You remember earlier when I asked, he needs the physical bell because they took it down and
Yeah.
it stopped. So how is there a spectral bell? Now he's like, after a couple months, he's like, I can do this spectrally.
I think
I don't even need the physical bell. I can just do a couple rings myself.
I think originally he was.
You think someone's getting a little cute with it?
I think he was being a little stubborn, right? And he was like, oh, they took my bell
He's like, no,
away.
I'm ringing the real bell.
They took my bell away.
I don't
I'm
ring a spectral bell. I ring a real
fuck
bell.
that. And then eventually he had to come
You think he
to
gave in?
terms with the fact that
like,
the only
fine.
bell, if he wants to ring a bell,
I'll ring the ghost
he
bell.
loves ringing bells. He's got to ring the ghost bell.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And then
Because that really squares things up nicely.
and it's tough. You're a ghost. You realize that you can't do some of the things you used to be able to do.
He can do all the things he used to do. He can do almost everything he used to do by the sound of it. He can swing his lantern. He can ring his bells.
He can sniff
He can
underwear.
run into people's houses or whatever. He literally is uninhibited by being a ghost in every way.
Except I don't have anything.
Yeah, no, he can't fight with his dumb stepdad anymore.
We have a couple more things here. We have an ABC 6 interview with paranormal researcher Thomas DiAgostino, who actually
That name's familiar.
Well, maybe you might recognize him. So he is, as of 2014, he spent 3 decades hunting ghosts. So you might have seen his name somewhere at some point.
Yeah.
He actually is a significant source of information for the Basement of Bizarres article that we included. And he also wrote an entire book about the Ramtail Factory, which is a little surprising because I would have loved to have read it because I kind of had a hard time finding all these different sources. The book is like 100+ pages. You can get it on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
If you have Kindle Unlimited, you can get it for free.
Do you have Kindle
Not
Unlimited?
sponsored by Kindle Unlimited. I do not.
Oh, okay.
I wish I did. Wink, wink. So
Sorry, I unfortunately Googled him. And the top. No. It's not even like. It's just funny that the first thing that came up was who is Tom Augustino's new wife, and it was just people talking about like who he's married to now.
What
I just
the
thought that
hell?
was really funny because it was like, yeah, ghost stuff, and people were like, "What's his wife up to these days?" I just thought it was like a very strange internet
That
thing.
is a strange internet thing.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
I got my phone away.
So he, he got interviewed by ABC6 News, iconic news station in Rhode Island. I would say
fuck up.
I would say out of the top 3, they are number 3.
Wow.
Thomas DiAugustino believes Walker's spirit still surrounds the site because of the mystery of how he died. Oh, I forgot to mention, he claims that Ramtail is the most active place he's ever been. Ever.
Yeah, I believe you, man. It's outside. Fucking all the EMP stuff, all the EMF stuff goes crazy because it's like you're just outside, so the wind just blows and fucks it up.
DiAugustino has investigated over 1,000 haunted areas in New England, but there's something about Foster's old Ramtail factory that draws him in. I gotta say, when I saw 1,000, I was like, there's not 1,000 places in New England.
Dude, every single fucking place is haunted.
I guess.
Every single story we read has a new fake haunted place in it, you know? I gotta say, this place has a lot more, like, genuine authorship around it than I would have thought.
Yeah.
For Foster, Rhode Island.
Yeah. I also, I want to add something to the Ghost Hunter rules.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I'm tired of people saying this is the most haunted blank in blank.
Interesting.
Because that is every place that we've read.
Yeah.
Every place is the most haunted whatever in whatever. And I'm saying you can't say that anymore.
Okay, let me tack an amendment on there.
Okay.
I'm tired of anyone saying any place is haunted because it's fake and stupid. So shut up.
Yeah, but if people don't say that, we don't have the podcast.
Yeah, no, I suppose we'd have to become like just a fun history podcast instead.
Yeah, I guess.
Instead of pretending that there's a spooky lantern man walking around.
The area is very active. There's a lot of energy here, and it doesn't seem to be going away, DiAugustino said. He described one experience. I was out here with a friend, and we saw a glowing form that was moving about the trees where the factory would have been. DiAugustino believes he's channeled Walker using his recording device, which picks up electronic voice phenomena. He claims Walker has told him he was killed. He asks himself, did he commit suicide, or was it more foul play than that? It's a question this paranormal researcher won't put to rest.
Hey, yeah, he should play the clip for me so I can hear it and see what he said. You know, because
That's honestly the problem most of the time.
I feel like if you have the EVP, you should probably play it for me so I can hear it. But also, I've talked about the EVPs outside before. I've talked about your high gain microphone outside, man. A leaf hits the microphone, it sounds like 100 thunderstorms simultaneously. You know. Also, I don't like asking questions of ghosts. It gets a little into like cold reading territory for me with like
that's
psychics, where you just start peppering the ghost with questions, and you're like, "Are you dead? Are you sad? Do you miss the world? Are you jerking off? Are you jerking your peanuts?" And then the ghost is like, you know, in the microphone, you're like, oh, "He's jerking his penis."
That's the sound of his arm rubbing against his.
Are you excited
his
about
pants.
AI? And the ghost is, and then your ovulus goes like, yes, and you're like, wow, he loves AI.
So then, would you prefer that you just lecture the ghost, tell them about like the latest Magic the Gathering
I don't want
drop?
I don't think I can talk to ghosts. If ghosts are real, I can't talk to them. What do you mean? They don't know I'm there, right?
They might.
Why would they know I'm there? They're ringing a bell and shit, but they think I'm there.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay,
We're gonna have to add that.
I'm confused why I'd be like, did you die by hanging?
I see now.
And then Peleg's not supposed to be like, yeah, fuckface. Yeah, I hung myself,
That is
dickhead.
kind of a rude thing to ask.
Were you killed? Who killed you? And he's like, I don't know. They hit me in the back of the fucking head. I'm like, oh. And he's like, can you help me? I'm like, not really.
It's like in Baldur's Gate when you do speak with dead, and,
And
then you ask these questions, and they're like, how the fuck do I
And then
know?
also you're like, hey, man. He's like, oh, Peleg appears full-bodied and goes like, this guy killed me. And I go like, yeah, man, he's dead. He died 100 years ago. And Peleg's like, Shit, all right.
Yeah,
Got his ass.
I guess I'm a ghost forever.
I'm gonna
then.
ring the bell. And then I'm like, hey man, there's no bell. And Peleg's like, oof.
God damn.
I'll just patrol the grounds. And I'm like, honestly, man, the whole fucking mill's gone. And he's like, oh, where's the nearest town? And I'm like, I don't know. It's like West Greenwich, Rhode Island, or whatever the
It's
fuck.
like,
I have no fucking clue.
Well, Peleg, technically you're already in one. He's like, towns are bigger than the area around a mill.
And he's like, what? All right. And he's like, I'm in Foster. What's going on in Foster? And I'm like, they got one movie theater probably. And he's like, that
Oh,
sucks, brother.
We can.
They have two?
No.
There's no. he's like, all right. Well, I want to watch Sinners. And I'm like, ooh, bad news, bud. I'd get on a bus to Coventry or something. I don't know.
I think you tell him that. He says, "What's a bus?"
I think he'd figure it out. It's like four horses stuck together with a big shit in the middle. He'd be like, oh, it's like a big carriage.
That makes.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like if I showed a medieval peasant a bus, he'd be like, oh, okay.
I get it.
It's
I
like
get what
it's
it
like an
does.
automatic horse. And I'd be like, yeah.
That's. That,
He's like, you just made this one big. I'm like, yeah.
That's a good way to describe it. So, in my personal opinion, to respond to the question of was it suicide or foul play, they got into an argument. There's an unspecified amount of time between the argument
that's
and
my
his death.
question. Is like,
I'm gonna assume he
Next
died
day.
same day.
okay, your argument happened an hour later, dead.
I think it was a spite suicide.
Oh.
I think he said, "Fuck you!
Do you
I'm
think-
gonna kill myself, and it's your fault."
Do you think that he was like, I'm gonna get really close to killing myself, but not do it? He's gonna find me, and then he was like, I'm gonna hang myself. He's gonna see me come in, and then he just like didn't catch his attention properly. He was like, oh fuck. Anyway, I mean, I guess he could have been killed.
It's possible, but I don't know.
I don't know. Let's talk about ghostability.
I like-
ghostable states. Does that make you more ghostable if you're killed as opposed to suicided?
I think,
it feels
I
like
think it's a relatively equal amount.
that's
of,
what I would feel like. But I feel like D'Agostino, maybe he can answer this.
Yeah,
I feel like he feels like a murder is more ghostable.
maybe. Yeah, 'cause you've
I
been
feel like he thinks a
wronged.
murder creates more ghostability. Yeah,
You've
because
been
you're
wronged.
I think I said this either to myself, out the window. I don't know. Like it's better when the ghost is a victim, because then you can feel like they have some reason to be around. Whereas if they're just some fucking jack off who killed themselves,
Yeah,
they're just some fucking dickhead.
but
You know.
I mean, with my spite suicide theory, I think it's he got a little added bonus because then he
Is
turned
his-
into a ghost and he's like, oh, I can continue.
Yeah, but is his
to-
ghost not pissed that everyone just fucking left? Or like, why is he still ghosting if that's the case? In the spite suicide case, he should be like, my mission is done.
That's true.
I successfully did my ghost mission, which I have been told by the supernatural television show that a ghost completing their ghostly mission sends them to hell or whatever, or heaven.
That's true too.
I think if you ever were a ghost, you're not going to fucking heaven.
Probably not.
No shot.
Probably not.
Sorry, sweetie.
Except for sweet little Mercy
No,
Brown.
I think even she's in hell. First of all, she was a vampire, so she's not going to heaven. She gave her soul to the devil to become a vampire.
Damn. Yeah. So
She would have broken down in the ground if she'd been a vampire.
you binked my theory there. I guess you're right. He did complete his mission, so he should not still be a ghost.
I was just yapping. So,
One first-hand account.
oh, that was all from D'Agostino.
That was all D'Agostino.
Man's been there for 300 years. 25 years of ghost hunting. He's got one supposed EVP he can't play for us.
I guess.
All right.
So the first-hand account is part of Peter Muise's New England Folklore. This Sunday, Tony and I assume Tony's a friend, Tony and I, or a lover, I don't know. Tony and I made an excursion, or a brother, I don't know.
Oh my God, big spectrum here.
This is your podcast ghost and editor, Trev here. Upon deeper research, it appears that Tony is Peter's husband. Please disregard any future confusion from me and Killian.
Tony and I made an excursion down to Foster, Rhode Island to visit the Ramtail Mill ruin. What better way to spend a sunny spring day than visiting a notorious haunted ghost town? We did not see Peleg Walker's ghost,
Yeah, it's not real.
but we did have one weird thing happen to us.
Daytime, and they admit it wasn't the ghost. This is gonna be a fucking tree falling over.
That's actually worse than that.
Oh no, they're gonna see a groundhog and get scared. Oh fuck.
As I was taking a photo of the trail that leads directly to the ruins, my phone's camera went a little haywire. The screen just turned blinding white. This happened to me one other time that day. The same thing happened to Tony, but he didn't notice until we got home that some of his photos were all white. Supernatural phenomenon or just a camera malfunction on a bright sunny day?
This is an old couple leaving the flash on their fucking camera phone, man. That's fucking crazy.
Well, okay, so
That's the fucking worst story of all time.
so you can't come to me with a camera story with weak facts.
I'm gonna say, in a bright sunny day, that is the most likely environment to capture an all-white photograph
Well, yeah.
because the exposure gets set
That's
too high.
exactly
and the
what I
fucking
was gonna
light floods the
say. Is
lens.
maybe they accidentally disabled their like auto exposure.
Yeah, or it just didn't calibrate right because they were pointing at
didn't calibrate
at a
right.
shadowed area and then turned to capture.
Yeah.
Like they pulled their phone up like this. It's pointed at something dark, and then they wheel it up, and it just doesn't adjust in time. And they take a picture of the bright.
I do have.
I genuinely, we're like a day away from a ghost story where there's someone's like, I opened my phone and I found that I had taken a screenshot of my lock screen. I wonder if the ghost was mad at me for trying to capture a picture of him.
Here's the image they shared.
You're not going to show a fucking white block. What do you mean? Here's the image they shared. Is this a bit? Did you make this for the show?
That's
Did you
on
go
the
in,
website.
Did you go in Photoshop and just paint a white empty canvas?
That's on the
What
website.
the fuck do you mean the image? There's nothing in it. There's no image there.
Oh, hold on.
This made it into the article? Are you fucking kidding me? It says one of like the other ones might have been not as good.
That's the best one they got. It's a white. It's just a.
Oh
pure
my
white
god!
rectangle.
You really should not have let me see this or read this. This is fucking. These I'm gonna like. Shout out! I love all of you ghost people out there. All my ghost homies. I get it. It's tough out there. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. So that's.
Why would you share all white? There's nothing. It's not even verifiable. Like you could have taken that right now. It's just a fucking white.
I could have pointed my phone at the studio lights.
You could have.
and
Yeah,
just
there's nothing.
taken a
Like it's
picture.
just a fucking. You could have literally. It could be like a scanned printer paper. I have no fucking clue. There's nothing there. It's just white. It's just a white square. You could have just filled the white square with
coulda-
fucking color.
They could have taken a screenshot of a web page and cropped it to just
I
be
just
a
don't
white
even
section.
know what it like. There's nothing to it. They also said they didn't have a ghost experience.
Except for this.
That's not the ghost experience. But they were like, nothing happened that's freaky or indicated anything. It's the middle of the fucking day. Ghosts don't come out in the day, and certainly not the night watchman ghost. And then they just took a picture of the sun.
I was pretty surprised that they were talking about going in a sunny day because, like, of course you're not going to see the ghost. They said when the ghost shows up.
I know.
It's midnight.
He's also like literally famously a night watchman.
yeah.
He is fucking sleeping during your dumb photograph session. I also
That's
like
a picture of him sleeping, but the camera malfunction.
I don't know who to be more mad at because I get that you're writing an article and you're trying to accept experiences, but you're trying to convince me that ghosts are real. You're trying to convince me that the boundaries of human life have been crossed permanently by a spectral being. Something is transcending what we assume to be the limits of human life. And you're like, my evidence is that Ruth can't figure out her fucking camera phone? She took a picture of the sun and got confused. She left the flash on in the day, and that's what we got. Like, and then she sent you for evidence, just an all white screen.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So that's just that's the evidence that we have of a weird thing that happened.
This is my problem. Every ghost story that would have even been like, if you had just been like, oh, there's a spooky guy,
yeah.
and he swings a lantern. It's like, okay, but inevitably, there's always a story like this, and it's included with everything
Yeah.
else.
So like,
And
yeah.
they're always like, maybe it's not. But it's like, if you thought that, if you saw that white, if you saw that white block, and you thought there was even a 1% chance that this had any fucking connection to the ghost, like, what the fuck, man? You showed me a white square. This is the one picture I didn't need the screen for. You could just imagine the color white.
So that's the thing is like, I could have not shown you that, and we would have had maybe a little bit more credibility on this with what little credibility there is, but I could not in good faith not show you that
They take a picture with their phone and they fuck up and they were just already scared for some reason and they're like, this must have been a ghost.
Yeah.
As it was, so many ghost stories we read start with like, I was really scared. And it's like, once you're scared, it's too late, man. You've got to have a ghost experience while not being scared.
That's
and then
true.
get scared after. So many people are pre-scared that your phone takes a picture wrong and you're like, holy shit.
It's funny too because most people, like in the articles that I read, most people said that it's a pretty peaceful like area.
Yeah,
and
it's a fucking square of rock, man.
There was one person who felt it had a dark energy. Everyone else was like, yeah, it's a vibe.
Well, Tom didn't like the energy. Or Tom just said there was a lot there, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe,
Tom just
maybe he
thinks
thought it was
there's a lot
good.
happening. but-
I think it's like, I don't know, I can't be shitty and rude at my job without becoming a ghost. I don't know.
Well, I think it's more about the suicide part, but
How many suicides are there in the world, brother? I don't know. How many ghosts are getting made?
Yeah.
We talk about this.
some people are killing themselves and they have no unresolved issues. They're like, game over. This is it for me.
Do you think there's a lot of at peace with the world killing suicides happening?
No,
I would
but
say
there might
I would
be a
say in
couple.
terms of people with unresolved issues, suicidal people would be like number one on that list for
number
sure.
one on
Like
the-
that'd be the people with the most unresolved issues.
That's a good point.
I'd say murderers have more resolved issues than suicide victims.
Oh yeah, murderers definitely. Honestly,
they specifically resolved one issue they
But
had.
the problem is,
which was someone being
when
alive.
they kill someone, they split their soul, and that soul latches onto an object.
Oh, like Jujutsu Kaisen, they make a curse. You're suggesting a sort of Sakuna theory of ghostly
I was
creation.
talking more Horcruxes, but
Well, you do have to read another book, and specifically you have to read Jujutsu Kaisen, the manga.
That's also-
the one book I've read.
it's on the list. But that's it for the Ramtail Mill, the rat mill. So Bink scale time.
Ugh.
I think we might be able to say this one at the same time.
You're that mad about the camera story?
I'm pretty upset about the camera story. There's also been a lot of like weird conflicting information.
Yeah.
There's
I really don't want to drag you through the mud on this one. Every episode, there's been a lot of conflicting information.
but this one, like as the person who has to like try to collate 5 different articles, this is the one where I was like,
I'm sick
guys,
of this shit. I'm
come
sick of this
on.
shit. I will say,
get your story
I
together.
will say, at least no one made up some fake outfit that you had to wear.
Because
We were really close to being.
appreciated a fake outfit.
I don't know, because they would have been like, "Oh, I saw Peleg in a Union soldier outfit." You know, like he died before the Civil War. The whole mill burned down. And
damn.
they're like, "Well, it was still scary." That's usually what happens, you know.
1, 2, 3, 1.
That old couple made Tech Trev so mad
This
that you
is
don't
my
believe in ghosts
first
anymore.
one. This is my first one, and I'm feeling the rage. I'm feeling the rage.
You're feeling the fire that burns in my soul. I gotta say that the funny thing is that, like, to me, this is the most typical structure of the stories we've had.
Yeah.
Like, every story is this to me.
I think the one for me.
You just can't stand when people don't learn the settings on their camera.
Well, that for sure. But I think the one for me hits a little extra because I'm also mad because I wanted this.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give the one.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give you the one.
It's a great place that we can go. It's on like a.
Oh yeah.
It's accessible to us, which is cool. I can walk around the fucking woods. Or whatever.
Apparently it's a vibe. You know, part of my job is being a photographer, and if I took a picture like that, I'd be like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah. You have to be like, a ghoul did this.
I was like, I really fucked something up on this one.
Yeah. I mean, again, like, these are the stories we get. Every story you've ever read to me is the same. Is this white camera story? Basically, there was a guy who had a dream in Lizzie Borden's house. That was his ghost story. He was like, I was scared. I went to bed scared and had a scary dream. And it's like, yeah, man, that was a nightmare.
I really thought it would take longer than 14 episodes for me to drop a one.
You did?
This is episode 14.
I'm amazed you didn't feed yourself a one early to keep yourself honest.
Maybe
I thought I had a
should've.
higher belief in your credibility.
Maybe I should have.
You were feeding yourself things you thought would be 10s the whole time, you know?
This is episode 14. That's it for this episode.
You're so sad.
I'm so defeated.
Shouldn't you be proud? Because doesn't that mean that the next... Okay. Counterpoint for everybody at home. If you give a 10 now, it's going to be a real heater.
That means I mean it.
From your soul.
That means
Whereas
I mean
before,
it.
I would have thought you were a piece of shit liar. You know?
Okay,
I'd be
that's
like, oh,
fair.
Trevor just gives 10s out like candy. But now that I know you can give a 1, you've kind of opened the whole Bink scale. It makes all your 7s better.
I've unlocked the Bink scale.
All of the average numbers you gave are better now because you gave a 1. It's like if I ever actually gave a place a 2 instead of giving it a 4 as a bit because I'm sick of giving 1s, you genuinely like...
Oh yeah,
a ghost might be killing people there at the moment because like that's as close as I'd have to get to giving a 2, you know? So like a 10 from you is going to hit different. Even
Yeah.
honestly, the next bullshit 8 you give out to a place where a guy fell down and got scared, like that's going to feel like
It's
there's
gonna-
it's going to feel like there's a ghost there right now doing
It's
whatever.
gonna feel like heaven.
You're not brought in by the lantern at all? You don't like the image of it?
I love the image of it, but unfortunately, there's just too much credibility leakage.
That photo really
The,
killed
pho-
you.
the photo really got me.
It's crazy.
But also just like the fact that the bell, one person said that they replaced the bell. The
yeah,
other person
okay.
said that they took down the bell.
I wasn't expecting my bell logistics question to kind of undermine
that
you in that
also,
way,
the,
but
the
it
bell
hit
logistic
you.
question also really got me.
I also just think that like it is a good lesson that when you're curating stories, when you're pulling stories in from multiple sources, and you get a bad one, you've got to be like, I'm keeping this one.
Abandon
I'm
ship?
keeping this one. No, you can still tell the other ones, but just cut the bad one out.
Cut the bad one.
Put out a shorter collection of things. You know what I mean? Because like if you put a bad one in there, you've kind of lost your.
That's true.
If you didn't put the camera story in, it would have been like a little lantern bell bullshit. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, it's a balance because I obviously don't want to withhold any like binkable information.
No. For
But
you, I
also-
get it. Because it's
I
red,
need-
it's red meat for me. It's
Yeah.
the baying hound that is me on this podcast. But
we need to hire someone to compile the stories for me.
so you never see them.
So I don't see them ahead of time.
Email us at
Email us
Ghostbreakers.
at,
If
we,
you're like
we can
a-
afford to pay you in clout on Instagram.
and we'll get there, sweetie.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll be paying
We'll
you
get
in big dollars one day. But you know, if you want to, if you're into compiling these days.
if you like compiling stories,
But also, what if they compile some dog shit? So you got to be good at it. So you got to send us a sample of your compiling. Send us a compile sample. Fucking ripping people off one episode into the fucking.
just like how job hunting works. Thank you, Junior Binkers, for listening to this episode. You can follow us on social media at Ghost Binkers everywhere, but actually that changed. I'm not doing Twitter anymore or Blue Sky. We're done there.
You done with both of those?
We're done.
Okay.
We're done. No one cares about those anyway.
Oh really?
It's just kind of hard to like. Our stuff is very visual. Twitter, people don't really like visuals on Twitter all that much.
I have no clue what people like on Twitter.
me neither.
We should just be really racist and see if that gets people in.
I mean, that would work.
Post the most racist ghosts we've talked about and see if people.
Do you think
all the blue checks are like, wow, that guy's cool. I love it.
You can email us, ghostbinkers@gmail.com. Share a story. Request a story.
Yeah.
Argue with us.
Yeah.
Offer to compile stories for us.
That's do labor for free. You can comment on all of our shit.
Yeah.
TikTok. I love seeing TikTok comments. I love seeing
We love
YouTube
it.
comments.
We love it. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars.
Please.
Or email us if it's not 5 stars.
Okay. Put the 5 stars, but then email us and be like, actually, it was a 3. Do the Killian Big Scale method where you're like, okay, for real, you guys got a 2, but we're giving you a 5 now.
Yeah.
I'm giving you my feedback directly.
Yeah. Well, honestly, we'd love that. And
I'd ignore it, but Trevor will love it.
I'll see it. Share this with a friend or two. Doesn't really matter if they're alive or dead. I'd prefer alive, but
yeah.
But if they're dead, I get it.
If they're dead, you have to turn the podcast on for them so they get to they get to listen still.
Yeah, exactly. And then lastly, thank you to the authors of these articles. Links to the stories we read can be found in the Spooky Specimens.
Yeah, we're also going to put a link to how to set the exposure on your phone camera in the Spooky Specimens in case you're curious about that. Peter.
Yeah. But and all joking aside, I appreciate them at least writing these so we have something to bank.
Yeah, I appreciate you leaving in the camera story. For me, it's a big one.
That's it for this episode. We'll catch you on the next episode.
Bye.
Do you think if we put Can and blackface, we'll get a ton of retweets?
We invert Can's colors. It might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Is that scarier? A black ghost with white? The white ghost with black?
I think so.
I don't mean that as a skin color thing. I mean like
I think it
I mean
is.
like inverted colors. Like I'm looking at Can, sweet little guy,
He's a beautiful little guy.
and I'm imagining if he was all black and then had like white eyes, he'd be kind of scary.
Yeah.
He'd have some real fear to him.
All right, so I'm going to have to dye Can.
You're gonna have to fuck him up, get some white out pen.
Yeah, paint him.
Well, it's just an idea.